Where does it appear like you're almost crying?
When you've always been on that side of the lens and, you know, guiding other people through such conversations, you never expect that one day, hey, the honors will be on you. Recognizing that someone else sees you. You know, you move through life, the work calls, parents call, brothers call, and because it's silent, you just do your thing and you move on. But sometimes someone pauses and tells you, "Whether Esther, you are, you are showing up. You're doing something."
Yeah.
It's such a humbling thought.
Feel,
And to be very honest, I can't wait to explore. Like.
Someone who doesn't know you, who is Esther? And don't use your title, don't use your career. Just tell us who is Esther.
Wow.
Don't use career, don't use title, don't use what people call you with. Yeah, tell us who is Esther.
Okay. Esther is a bubbly person. I personally, I'm just someone who just enjoys learning people's experiences and appreciating where they're coming from, and using those experiences to enrich myself, the people around me. I'm just a love of conversations, intellectualness, seeing beyond the normal and trying to decipher that. So I think in a nutshell, without giving titles, all those nice things, in terms of relations,
that is Esther.
That is me.
Okay. And now to the titles. Who are you? What do you do on a daily?
Daily, I find myself in the marketing space. I do market for an insurance company. It's been 10 years in the game so far. The thing I enjoy about marketing is it's an opportunity to not only tell stories, but connect. Connect why we do the things we do, or why the businesses that exist do what they do, and how do you create value for the person who you are targeting. And if I cannot translate that, then what am I doing?
Interesting.
Yes.
Out of the many activities you've probably found yourself in the marketing sector, is there one specific one as a milestone you sit back and remember and you're like, oh wow, that was a big achievement?
I think I've been blessed to work for the big ones. My biggest achievement was in how to de-escalate tensions in providing solutions that target masses, and trying to demonstrate its value by not being crass about it. You know, one person's experience does not necessarily discount another person's experience. I think here I'm talking about medical insurance. And in as much as you want to say our cover is the best, or, you know, we do amazing things, sometimes you really have to also pay attention to someone who has had a very negative experience when going to hospital. And that in itself shows the human side of insurance, and it's very possible to articulate that. I take that as a very serious win, because for me now marketing is not necessarily just preaching from the pulpit. It's how do I absorb what I've seen and I've had and translate that to the boardroom in terms of providing solutions that matter at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've touched career, we've touched you as an individual, but at the end of the day, this is March and it's an International Women's Month, right? Everyone will sit you down, ask you about your career, your life, but really, I want now for us to shift back into the inner woman, into the inner girl in Esther. So if Esther, the inner girl and the inner woman, is asked today, how is she feeling? As a lady, how would you term that?
You know, the funny thing is, I think as I was growing up, I didn't really put the lens of like, I'm a girl. Like, I'm just a girl. So I'm the first one in my family. And I think growing up, I've always felt that I have to be a bit stronger. Translate the emotions, transmute it for other people. So I never really took myself as someone who can be very soft, that you're allowed to rest in your femininity and all that. It's only recently, as you know, you've come to your senses, I think you say when your frontal lobe has developed and you're now aware, aware of how your emotions impact people, you start recognizing that there's power in femininity. Like, Esther, you don't really need to you know,
You don't have to
don't
have
have
muscle.
To, you don't have to muscle your way through this.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes being vulnerable and accepting help, and accepting that it's a community that that actually carries you through, no matter how strong you are. Come to understand that there's nothing wrong with sitting in the season that you find yourself in, because sometimes it calls for strength, be strong.
Yeah.
And sometimes it calls for you to wait or sit in it. Sometimes it calls for you to develop a level of courage that it was not in your purview.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things I think I've done in my life and I'm like, that was me. I went through that.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Okay, then bring on the next one.
Yeah.
And the other days I spectacularly fail, and I'm like, oh my God, may it never happen again. But I've found out that you learn more from the
failures than you do
from the successes.
Yes, yes.
And I've enjoyed my growth, because everybody who has handled me, maybe not all, but most of the people who have handled me in my journey so far, have allowed me to fail. And not fail with, I'm going to bash you, I'm going to fire you, I'm going to do this, but it's because they recognize that in your season of, you're an assistant, or in your season that you're an officer.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to have had a thought process.
Yeah.
that this is how it was supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So you failed now,
Yeah.
and I've accepted,
Yeah.
but this is how you
Yeah.
restitute it into a better trajectory or something. Wow. So make sure there's someone in your corner who recognizes the season that you're going through.
Yeah.
And is always there to have your back. The same way it's called upon us to also recognize people's seasons and help them get through it. Because again, no one has the manual.
Yeah.
We're doing this for the
first time.
Whatever it is. So allow to listen to people who have gone through it. People are ahead of you. They've gone through the experience and they'll tell you, okay, something like this happens, make sure you have this and this in place. Something like this doesn't happen, question, red flags. So I do appreciate the community I have found myself in.
Interesting. You've mentioned seasons. Out of all those seasons, which season are you currently in?
In my season of audacity. Okay, I just came from a season of intention. That was my theme for last year, like be intentional. Do the work, do it with intention. And because my name is Esther with an E, intention with an E. So because it has my signature flair, okay? But now, this year, I remember when I was closing it and I was talking to my boss and I was like, I don't know how next year is going to be. There are these things I want to achieve, both in the personal space, in the career space, and I'm not sure. I'm not very sure whether I am, I'm ready or those things. And she was like, Esther, there's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you from actually grabbing, that experience that you want. You want to go to Mombasa by yourself? Why the hell not?
Do it.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
And she said, it does something to your brain. If you can accept that there's no limitation, like you're the one who puts your own limitations, there's nothing you can't achieve. And if you're just willing to be audacious about it, you want that job,
go for it.
The worst thing they can tell you is no.
Yeah.
And more often than not, when they tell you a no, it's not a no that comes straight. It comes with a reason, with a caveat, or with a direction, or a direction of like, I hear you, but you're not ready for this at this moment. Maybe do 1 or 2, 3 things, and you'll realize why I'm telling you this is not the time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go for it, and then if you hear no, listen to the reasons as to why. And work towards achieving that. If that is your main concentration in terms of what you want to achieve. So my season now is being audacious. And to be honest, I am very excited. I can't like even accepting
so this is part of
this is just
part of audacity.
Audacity.
Okay. So now most of the times we find ourselves drinking into spaces, telling yourself, I'm here because I'm a girl. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I have the energy. What areas in your life have you had to outgrow and be like, that was me shrinking myself, and you know what? I'm outgrowing out. I won't do that again. And what did it feel to like finally put them down and be like, yeah.
I think it's a struggle I had with my parents. When you were just looking for a job, when you're just from campus and they're like, me, Dad, this is what I want to do. any deviation, you're just wasting my time, you know. So a few opportunities came before I actually landed in the insurance industry. And I used to tell my parents, like, me, I want to be a diplomat. Like, this education cannot be for naught. Like, that is what I've been trained to do.
Mm.
If I deviate from that, you're going to impede on my milestones in achieving these things. So I became very arrogant in my pursuit of a career. But when a year passed, you know, that we call it a gap year, for lack of a better word, because
Yeah.
still haven't figured out what you're doing.
Mm.
And my dad came home one day. I was like, no, Esther, you can't continue in this trajectory.
Yeah.
You need to grow up
Mm.
and live.
Mm.
I had to come to a realization that life is what you make it.
Mm.
And I remember when that opportunity came, and I had to wake up that morning to go and do an interview that I was not sure of, is this it? Like, have I closed myself in this industry? Like, is this it? The words that still resonate with me until today is, Esther, you just need a start. You just need to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot wait for conditions to be perfect for you to actually achieve or to feel that you've achieved something.
Yeah.
Like, the opportunities will meet you where you are. So start. So me, I'm like, you know what? I will try to see how I can weave whatever education I have and whatever experience I find myself in, and just try to reinvent my idea of communication, my idea of marketing.
Yeah.
And I feel for me that has become my superpower now. It is not marketing in its traditional sense. Like, I have to go and preach the choir, and then, you know, I feel like I've converted the masses now. Now I feel marketing should have a soul. Marketing should have, you know, ethics.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm marketing a product or a solution to you, it is something I have seen value in, and I can definitely show you where the value is in that, and not me sell to you and promise you heaven and what have you. I'll articulate what the solution does for you appropriately, so that you don't come back and say, by the way, I never trust that company
because of XYZ that Esther was leading. Yeah.
Because now, in my previous life, research was the thing. And you had to do papers that counter-effected whatever positions. Like, you're doing like a moot court and you have to defend a position, but you also had to propose a decision that was not really going to augur well with the people in the room.
Yeah.
So the dual lenses, like, how can I juxtapose this solution from the positive and the negative side, and how do I reconcile the two for the sake of the person who will really benefit from this. Yeah, so we become an advocate of the customer, we become an advocate of the consumer.
Interesting.
Yeah, over and above just saying, you know what, buy one, get one free.
Okay. You speak with so much passion about what you do, but I'm curious to know, what is this one thing you as an individual or about your work that you know the world has only experienced a tip, like a tea sugar spoon, and the world deserves to experience a, what do we call ile calabash, whatever. It deserves that big enough, but it's only experienced a teaspoon. About you.
About me.
Yeah.
I think being in the creative space, you're allowed to go all out. And maybe by default, the industry has been a straight jacket. The ideas you do come up with in like Esther, that is so left field. Like, you need to rein you in a bit. What people have experienced as a teaspoon is type of thinking, okay? Maybe it has felt restricted because I have to deliver one type of thing. I feel like I'm someone who really tries to connect the dots. Like, nothing is ever as it seems. Like, what you get at face value is not it. That is just what people are projecting to you. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of connections that you can make and see value that does not really translate immediately. So I'll take like an example of financial security in Africa. Have it within ourselves to create solutions that make sense. But Africa does not have a solutions problem. it's more of like a connections problem. You're not connecting. Whatever
South Africa is doing, we don't know, we don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
But if you allowed yourself to see the bigger picture and connect, or make sure you communicate in a way that connects people to why this solution is important, I think it's easy to get a market. There's nothing rocket science about it. I feel what the world, or what I would hope my next challenge will be, is to be in spaces where we think in systems. For that solution to be relevant to person A, B, C, D, what are the other industries doing in terms of connecting to ensure that that happens?
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if something about housing, you want people to retire well, but the houses you're constructing are not affordable when someone retires. You're not helping that person get to that,
to the goal of retirement.
To that goal, then why are you selling a dream that seems very
far-fetched?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as brands, we need to transcend from just talking about the solution, but showing people how to
This is how to get there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, this is what I'm selling,
but
this is how I get you
there. Yeah. So do this and this and this so that you get here. Okay.
Yes,
I see you.
Become a brand that works with
people. Yeah. I see you. I see you. From a prior conversation we've had with you, you've grown as a leader. And as a leader, it means there are certain thoughts you had about leadership that you've had to shed off and now pick new ones that you feel like now will work better. How have you, over time, changed as a leader? And what does that look like right now to you?
What I've come to accept, leadership is not necessarily about what industry knowledge you have. It's about how you manage people and how you interact with people and how you supplicate the needs of your people into the enablements they're looking for to succeed. Yeah, you only have the benefit of being in their space. Okay, I'm in marketing. I have just grown into leadership of marketing. I know the pains it takes to get from one point to the next. I know the pains it takes to have your content being aired on TV. I know. So you as my person, and you come and tell me, oh, Esther, we've tried to get an Uber. This is just a random example. But because of the season we are in, maybe it's towards end month, I don't have the cash. How do you expect me to get to that venue? Based on whatever salary. Then I'm like, okay, because you're on work schedule, I can go and I can make sure that some of these benefits are availed to you to make sure that you excel in your work in itself. Maybe I'll be shot down by saying the next statement, but I think for every professional out here, you have at most 10 years to do the thing. 10 years to do the thing. The grind, the hard work, sleeping late, waking up at odd hours, fighting for your spaces. Because how fast the world changes, whatever you thought you were good at that point, trust you me, a better built person is coming. It's coming.
Yeah. So
once you do the thing, whoever's seen your success and said you're ready for leadership, they're not expecting you to do the thing again. They're expecting you to mentor
others.
Could be another 10, another 2, another 50, to replicate your level of success with the knowledge of how hard it is to get to that level of success. So for me, leadership is how do you pass it forward, not to show that I'm better or I'm stronger or I know more. More often than not, once you're in leadership, you don't know more. Like the loopholes of kuficha vitu ni mingi kuliko vile kujua. So I respect the team I have. I listen when they tell me there's a problem here, and my approach is how do you make it better.
Interesting. Now, as we finalize the month of March, we are sitting under the theme Give to Gain. As a leader, you give too much in your life, in your career, in every aspect you do. But how have you ensured that you're giving without losing yourself in the middle of all that giving? As you inspire the 10 more to go serve 50 events, how do you ensure you don't lose yourself in the middle of that?
To be very honest, that is one of the hardest principles, philosophies, questions I think that has ever been posed, even for it to be a theme for the year. by the way, kudos to any person who's tackled that theme, and they have excelled in articulating it.
Yeah.
It's easy to give when there's an expectation to give, but it's hard to gain because maybe you have put yourself in that space where you're not accepting that you're worth it, that you're not accepting that you equally need to be poured into. It's not a very easy concept, especially for ladies who have had to toughen themselves through the worst of circumstances, best of circumstances, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Because again, maybe we have grown up in a society that maybe punished rest, punished, open love, punished, you name it.
Yeah.
And before that perception really equally shifts, I'm grateful that it's happening, and I know it will take the village to really mold someone's mind to deconstruct a lot of beliefs.
Yeah.
And reconstruct it and say you're enough. You need to gain. So I think what is very much important is the community you surround yourself with, the principles you've accepted that define who you are, and being protective of, what you call me time, my interests. For me, I enjoy singing, so whenever I have time, sing my heart out. Yeah. For those who know me, I'm always in some headphone or something.
Yes.
Like I'm just. That's where I find my happiness. So if I can get to prioritize the things that make me happy, the spaces that keep me sane and grounded, then that is what I will do to ensure that I gain. Yes. But yes, it's a very hard thing to articulate, and yeah.
Okay. Last but not the least,
Yes.
As you become more intentional, as you create the way around getting yourself to give, but also not lose yourself and gain, what habits have you become more intentional about, and how does that look like? Like, how does that in a daily life look like to you? Like, you said you like singing. Do you now stipulate like time where you're like, by the way, every day from 5 to 6 is me time to sing, or by the way, every Saturday 4 to 6?
Maybe
how does that look like?
The flow I have is that structure.
Yeah.
So maybe it does not exist. I think it's when it strikes me that, oh my God, can I just lock myself somewhere and sing it out? The singing is one of the things. There are things I have purpose to do is have check-ins.
Yeah.
I have an accountability partner that I just have to check in with.
Yeah.
And I always make sure when I talk to my mom, we are praying about it, we're praying about these things. If I cannot do those things, I think I can go a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But singing for me, talking to my accountability partner whenever I need to check in, and always talking to my mom to pray about these things, because I don't think it's by your own might again.
Might, yeah.
I think faith is very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for gracing this set of mine.
No worries.
But just before you stand up, if the younger version of yourself were here today and they were listening to you and they knew Give to Gain, give them a message and tell them how do you feel you guys are faring, you and her? Give her a message.
Give her a message.
Yeah.
To my younger self.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we reconnected, and what you will do to give to gain is do not allow yourself to be dimmed. Like, your uniqueness is just your uniqueness. Accept for yourself to, laugh about it, because we do it a lot. Allow yourself to be mentored. Allow yourself to be guided through things. Because sometimes we have a very stubborn streak when things don't go our way. So allow yourself to be molded, to be guided into this life, because it's crazy in itself. But to gain as well, accept that people do love you, and they see you for what you're worth. no matter how much you want to regiment your life, like leave that 10% for magic, because that is where life is experienced the best. And I am a beneficiary of magic.
Oh, magic.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for gracing our set. So it's been really lovely. And as we want to really get the girls to know that it's okay, you in this, you've got it going. You can see people like Esther who are really thriving in what they do. They're literally talking to them and themselves and telling them, you've got this and you can do this.
Yeah.
So, this marks the end of this episode. That was Esther Bundi. Esther did not give us a proper title. You just said, I'm in the marketing.
In the marketing space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic episode with Esther Bundi. She is the assistant marketing manager of Jubilee Life Insurance. And you hear, like, you literally get to sit down with ladies. And at the end of the day, I feel like I've gained. Yeah. By the way, I've gained. You've affirmed me in ways you don't even know. So I'm so happy. This is just the first lady of many, the first letter you saw. This is the second one, and then the rest are coming. So I hope you enjoy this one and know that, dear lady, dear gentle lady, you've got this, you have this going. And see you at the top. Thank you. Adios.
Adios.